Okay, I am back. This will be episode 2 of my Let's Play Kerbal Space program. And when I last left off, I had made it to orbit successfully. And I'm now in the process of planning my next mission. So I am a long ways off from being able to really do anything as far as extra Kerbal exploration. Um, there's a lot of exploration left to do on Kerbin proper. And there's still some stuff I could do in orbit, namely I could use ScanSat and produce a map of Kerbin. But for that, I really am going to need solar panels, which I don't yet have. So I think my next task is going to be to do some upgrading on my space center, remove some of the restrictions I've been operating under, and get some stuff up and running here. So let's look at what missions I have available. Actually, I'm going to look real quick. So I did not purchase the Mark I crew cabin, which means I can't really do the passenger ferrying missions quite yet. I have active my Testa radial mount parachute in flight. So I can do that once on my next flight. Test a heat shield. Nice advance on that. I don't really want to do that one. I'm going to decline that. Oh, science data from space around Kerbin. That's something I'm going to do anyway, so I'll accept that. And I'm going to actually upgrade mission control. Let's see if I get any. And that way I can accept another. I don't like these missions. They require you reach a specific location. I'm not terribly good at that. Well, they're kind of near where we are anyway. We could try it. I don't know, I'm pretty bad at that. That works much, much better if you have functional airplanes. I do not. So I'm going to cancel all of those. That also requires specific location. Stacked coupler splash down at Kerbin. I can do that. Solid fuel booster at launch site. Okay. What is kickback? Kickback's a ridiculously large one. So I did some reading on the on gravity turns, and it turns out, not terribly surprising, I have sort of been doing them wrong, or rather, the gravity turns of today are different than the gravity turns of yesterday. It's a very large engine. So for a gravity turn, okay, I'm going to actually see if I can get some science out of orbit, because I didn't do that last time. So first of all, what we mean in Kerbal Space Program when we talk about gravity turns is not generally an actual gravity turn. Now that I'm public on YouTube, someone's probably going to correct me in the comments on that. An actual gravity turn is where you tilt the spacecraft very slightly at launch and allow gravity to slowly pull the nose down as you ascend. And it very naturally takes you on a trajectory that brings you into orbit. That's quite difficult to pull off without computer modeling. So yeah, beyond my abilities. What most people refer to in Kerbal Space Program as a gravity turn is basically turning before your apoapsis has reached your target. So if you want an 80,000 kilometer apoapsis, you can do it by just burning straight up until your apoapsis reaches 80,000 and then burning horizontally until you circularize. In a Kerbal Space Program gravity turn, you would instead start turning while you're still increasing your apoapsis, and it's basically cutting the corner on a triangle. It saves you quite a lot of fuel. The problem in the latest version of Kerbal Space Program is that if you have a long, straight spaceship, like for example this one, the atmosphere, as soon as you start turning, will push down on the top of your spacecraft and force you to start swinging wildly. I believe we've seen this a couple of times already in my previous launches. I'm actually going to do threefold on this temperature sensor because it weighs nothing. Okay, so I have plenty of delta V on this guy. Actually, I'm tempted to just drop a stage. I don't think I need. Yeah, I'll keep it. Never hurts to have extra. Okay. Valentina, it's your turn. So to prevent swinging wildly, to allow you to do gravity turns, you want a thicker, lower profile spacecraft, even at the expense of aerodynamics. As you can see, I am not doing that. So this is not going to actually allow me to do anything remotely resembling a gravity turn until I have reached an altitude of 30, 60 kilometers. At which point I will probably already have my apoapsis well high enough. But I've already completed a contract, so that's nice. Ooh. And like I said, long, thin craft are very awkward. So my apoapsis is already pretty much high enough. I will boost up to, yeah, 80. 80 seems good. And that's 80. So I now have this pretty awful long parabola. I will wait until I reach space, and then I will fire and circularize. I actually may not bother with circularizing. I may actually go for something less circular, because I can try and get into high space. I've got quite a lot of fuel on this thing. That will get me a different set of research than I would otherwise have. What just happened there? I'm not actually sure what that was about. Something went boom, but no harm seems to have been done. Already got that. Already got that. So bubbles it. Alright, I now am in orbit. So, did I ever get materials here? I did. Okay. I assume I've gotten a crew report. Yes. So I think my next plan is I'm going to wait until I get back around periapsis, and then I'm going to bump up my orbit to high orbit. I'm not sure how high orbit is, but I'll just fire engines until I'm like at 1/4 fuel and see where I end up. What could go wrong? Would you like a list? Okay, so coming back around to the lower portion of my orbit, and that's a little more. I want to say it's 400,000 for high orbit, but let's go with 600,000 and see if I get some new science there. So this might actually be a good time to use Kerbal Alarm Clock. Let's add new alarm, and I'm going to add it at apoapsis. Oh, cannot be set without upgrading the tracking station, so never mind. Note to self, when I get back down to land, upgrade the tracking station, because that would be a useful thing to be able to use. Alright, I'm over 600,000. Kerbal's starting to look a little small. Let's see if I have new science. Yes, I do. In space, high over Kerbin. And let's log temperature and take a crew report. Now let's bring our periapsis down to, I'm going to go with about 50. That seemed to work nicely before. And we'll just dip in the atmosphere. This probably won't stop us on our first pass through, but it will at least slow us down enough. Probably second or third pass. I like to save fuel by, this is called aerobraking, where you use the atmosphere to slow your craft down instead of spending fuel on doing so. I'm going to physics acceleration. So as you can see, my apoapsis is dropping. The thicker the atmosphere gets, the more it will drop. I probably should have dipped a little lower. Looks like I shed about 100 kilometers on the descent, so it'll bring us down to about 320 kilometers maybe. I shed more velocity, obviously, when I'm broadside into the wind. I'm spinning wildly. I have SAS off because right now I have no means of generating electric charge. The little Terrier liquid fuel engine does not generate electricity. Alright, I'm back in space. Oh, that didn't bleed off anywhere near as much as I would have liked to. Well, I think I'm going to drop my periapsis a little bit farther, maybe 45. This is not the most exciting maneuver. Okay, that'll do. Turn this back off. Part of the reason I'm going to try not to use all of my fuel because A, I have a contract to use a decoupler while splashed down. So I don't actually want to drop my bottom stage, even though I have that nice heat shielding. And B, well, I guess I'm not going to get to test the heat shield if I don't do that. I have that contract for the parachutes, and I haven't been slowing down enough, fast enough, and having fuel will allow me to have some control over how fast I slow down on the final descent. So I can use that to my advantage. That worked better. I think that may actually bleed off enough that I may not leave the atmosphere. No, I'm going to leave the atmosphere. I might not leave the atmosphere. Of course, testing it while splashed down means I need to actually land in water. We'll see if that happens. Now, you usually land in water by virtue of, like Earth, Kerbin is more water than land. Although it looks like, I wonder if anyone's done statistical analysis on, because just guesstimating, that side's more land than water. That side looks like it's more water than land. Although you can find angles. I would say, though, that Kerbin's got more land than Earth does. Could be wrong. Alright, so this should be my last pass through the atmosphere. And I would guess I'm still going to wind up landing in this ocean here. It's hard for me to estimate exactly where I'm going to land. But I would guess right now that I'm going to land in the ocean here. Because you almost always overshoot your periapsis. So you can see my periapsis is moving east. So you always overshoot your periapsis. But, well, maybe I will wind up landing on land. Yeah, I think I am going to land on land. I don't know. We'll see. Yep, gonna land on land. Well, not thrilled about that, but I'm gonna drop that. Whoop! That was fun. Yeah, that went strangely. And, the fuck happened there? I have no idea what just happened. I think I misbuilt my ship. That's my guess. But yeah, something went badly wrong there. Oh, I know what went wrong. For starters, I was on 4x or max physics acceleration. Yeah, don't try decoupling on max physics acceleration, it ends badly. I also seem to have an extra parachute. Oh, I never removed the extra parachute I had on my ship before. Heh, that's why I'm coming down lopsided. I lost my material science bay, which is a little sad. And I'm going to land on the side of a mountain, which is potentially awkward. Also should not be accelerated while landing, ends badly. But okay. EVA. Okay, report Highlands, keep data, board. Oh, I don't want to overwrite my existing crew report. Take data, board, report, data. I'll try something silly here. I don't think this is going to work, but no. How far a walk is that? Store my experiment. Think I should walk to the desert? No, I'm not going to do that. I've made that mistake before. I'm like, oh, it's just down that hill. That's not very far. I've actually done that. I was on a mountain in Hawaii, and it didn't look like it was that far. And then I figured out that the little scrub bushes I was looking at were actually forests. Scale can be hard sometimes. We didn't make it all the way down the mountain. Making it up was hard enough. Okay. So, that did not go flawlessly, but science data from space, complete. Radial mount parachute, complete. Broke a speed record, and tested that ridiculous rocket. I also have enough science for nothing. Nothing at all useful, never mind. Well, actually, that's not true. I can get that crew cabin. That seems useful. So let me see if I can figure out all the things that went wrong with this craft. So I think the reason why this blew off was just that I was on time acceleration. Because it doesn't look like I actually misconnected anything there. Now, this guy needs to go away. That makes it symmetrical. Save. Exit. Okay. So, I can afford to upgrade my astronaut complex. How much does it cost to do a launch? It costs 15K to do a launch. So I can afford to upgrade my astronaut complex with a little bit of money to spare. And that will allow me to perform EVAs, which would be nice. I would really like to upgrade the tracking station, but that's not really available yet. I don't need that yet. Okay, I think I will do that. And then let's see what other... Fly by the moon. Well, I will want to do that eventually. So I'm going to accept it, but it's going to be a while before I can actually pull it off. And this lady would like to experience suborbital spaceflight. While all three of these would also like suborbital. doing temperature surveys. Okay. Well, let's do a suborbital flight. And I'm going to bring along a engineer for a change. Let's see if this time I can get some of that science I missed last time by virtue of kind of failing. So I am going to wait. Where is that thing? Oh, I guess it's a utility. Crew cap. That is new as of 1.05, I believe. I don't remember seeing that in the past. And I'm going to put landing struts on here. What do these look like extended? I don't know how much of a difference that will make, but we shall see. I will still be trying to land a splash down, although it may be a little heavy for that. Okay. And crew. So we're taking our tourist, and I'm going to take Bill Kerman, my engineer. Were there any other changes that I needed to make? So I did not collect mystery goo from that last trip, so I need to do that again anyway. Launch. Wait, what? Oh, interesting. Oh. So, Kerbal Engineer gives you a whole bunch of nice data up at the top of your screen when you have an engineer or an engineering module on board. The main advantage of this for me is that it will save me from needing to go to map mode to see what my apoapsis height is. My passengers don't look terribly happy to be here. Let's see what their complaint is. It's a beautiful day outside. Okay, night. And they're riding on a column of fire. But other than that, everything's going swimmingly. No. Okay, not so swimmingly. Damn it. Stop it! No, 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 no. Okay, I'm gonna have to revert this one. So, one thing that might actually help is using fins. With control surfaces. But yeah, I'm not quite there yet. Alright. Hopefully this will go a little smoother. No, 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 no. No. Okay, I'm gonna need to do something about this. Alright, revert to vehicle assembly. Let's see if I can come up with some solution here. Aerodynamics. This doesn't actually have any control surfaces on it, I don't think. But I need to do something, so see if it'll help. Launch. I think it's the landing legs that are giving me trouble. That's in line with that's in line with that, so it should be sort of like aerodynamically in profile, but I don't know. Ah, I sort of understand. So without these fins, the air pushes more on the top because there's a broader surface area profile with these goo canisters than the bottom with the fins, and that does seem to solve my problem. There's a broader surface area profile at the bottom than the top, so it keeps going upright. That did seem to make the difference, so that's nice. Lessons learned. Might be being a little cocky here, but I'm going to start turning. Okay. Well, I am going to make suborbital. I am not at this point going to make high space, which was my objective. I'm just going to burn prograde because I want to make my orbit bigger. I don't entirely care how I go about doing that right at the moment. My app lapses is up to 86. I may not actually manage to circularize this. You know what? I have completed primary objectives, so did not make high space, but I'm not sure I would have with this passenger compartment anyway. So I'm just going to grab some science and touch down, I think. Because I don't actually think I'm going to make orbit proper. Don't think I have enough thrust. Now then. I can either test the stack decoupler or test the heat shield. Oh, wait. I apparently failed at reading comprehension. So apparently to test the heat shield, you don't actually have to activate it or anything. You just have to meet the conditions, which I'm not going to. I'm not going fast enough. Oh well. And then hit run test. I made some mistakes there. Okay. So, what did I do wrong? Well, for starters, really don't need these. And I'm going to throw in another fuel tank here. I was at 4,400 delta V when I made high orbit before. And I had plenty of fuel to spare that time. that will be the decoupler I will actually test. That way I can drop my orbital stage and use my heat shield. And lift off. Interesting. So this shows me my delta V increasing on my upper stages as I leave the atmosphere. The upper stages are more efficient when you're not in the atmosphere. Why are you tilting? Stop that, please. No, 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 no. I'm pleased I managed a very slight gravity turn anyway. That's apoapsis at 80. Now I'll wait until I get into space and then I will fire my engines and see if I can circularize. So what went wrong before, the reason why I crashed and burned so violently was my descent was too steep, so I came in quite a bit too fast. Now officially in space. Not sure I'm going to make it. My periapsis height. I don't know if resolution's high enough, but this does display my periapsis height as a negative number, which is useful information. I am 20 seconds from apoapsis, and my periapsis height is still negative 540 kilometers. So yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going to manage to circularize in time. But at the very least, I'm getting myself a shallow enough entry that I won't have a repeat of my previous performance. I won't go splat. Alright, I'm re-entering the atmosphere now. So a shallower descent makes it so that you spend more time in the atmosphere before you reach the ground. So on the one hand, that exposes you to more heating, but on the other hand, it makes it so that you get more braking. Um, and braking is what I was lacking. Yep, not going fast enough again. Okay, well, I believe I have a safe landing. I did, oops, I, I did make a mistake there. I once again am not going to get either of those goals, but eh, I did succeed on my first space tourism mission. So I'll call that a success, a qualified success. Let's see if I can get any new science. No, not really. Ooh, report. So I'm going to try something very stupid. Oh, I guess I already have that, don't I? I should look at how much this crew compartment weighs. Because obviously this is taking me pretty far from the amount of delta V I had before when I did successfully have a high space launch. Very slow. Okay, I don't think I can really get... Oh, I don't have materials study from water? No, that's nice. I'll take it. Kind of surprised. I know I already have that. What the hell was that? Bizarre. Okay. Well, I got some science anyway. It's a total bust. 13.6. Tour was a success, 22 rep, and 10,000 cash, and another 3,000 cash. Take it. Alright, mission control. Not interested, not interested, not interested, not interested, not interested, and possibly interested. This is basically the exact same mission I just did. Let's see. This just doesn't give me very much. 10,000 is pretty weak. Yeah, it's expensive just to start this. Yields 1 science for every roughly 2.5 reputation. I got about 25 rep for ferrying her around, so that would be 5 science. That's not really a good deal. That's a better deal, because that would be 25,000 funds. Well, you only get a quarter of that, so still, about 8,000. Turns into basically an extra mission in terms of cash. I'm going to activate that. Okay. That'll help out my cash situation. But I think I still need to complete that. I still need to complete that. Well, I don't think I can make it to the moon yet. That needs to be after my parachutes. So I test it when it's splashed down. And I'm going to drop this. I don't need it. My goal this time is to reach high orbit. Now I'm back up to 4.6 kilometers per second. That should be plenty. And my craft is a lot more aerodynamic too, which is a bonus. Okay. Save. Launch. And no, lift off. So one thing I learned last time is with those fins, I seem to have enough control that I can get away with some amount of gravity turn. Oh, I lost my engineer, so I no longer have all that nice information. Almost done. So there's been quite a bit of debate on when is the best time to start your gravity turn. The answer, as it turns out, is as soon as you can get away with. Which for this craft is not terribly soon, but 30K. $50K. 65K. 80K. I may not pull this off. So one of the things that I have not properly taken into account with this craft is that this tiny little engine, it's great for efficiency and all of that, but since it lacks thrust, it's not burning fast enough to circularize my orbit. Close enough to space, I'm starting it. This time I don't have Kerbal Engineer to tell me how close I'm getting. If I could get my orbit circularized, then I would be able to make all of the orbital adjustments I'd want to make, because it's great for orbital adjustments. Orbital adjustments tend to be small little adjustments anyway. But it just may not be fast enough to circularize. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to pull it off again this time either. I may have to put on a bigger engine. Disappointing. Might make it. Where am I? Still above 80K. Yeah, I think I'm going to make it, actually. I have enough fuel? I don't know if I have enough fuel. I definitely don't have enough fuel for high orbit. There's Periapsis. I'm going to leave myself 10 whatever unit that is of liquid fuel. For purposes of deorbiting. Okay. Well, that gets me above 400 kilometers. Hopefully 400 is high orbit. I don't think it is, but let's find out. Observe materials bay. That is high orbit. Sweet. Victory is mine. Alright, now let's do a deep orbit burn. Ooh, I may have brought that too low. Well, we'll find out. Can't change it now, that's for sure. Well, I can change it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to keep my ass end ahead of me, and let's go land. Hey, I may actually land close to Kerbal Space Center. That would be kind of nifty. Oh, right. Right. Still going too fast. Still going too fast. There we go. Test complete. Oh, and I just ran out of power. That's awkward. Yeah, I ran out of power. Hopefully nothing blows up. So far I seem to be okay. Nope, nothing blew up. And now will I slow up and slow down enough? I think I will. I think I'm going to be fine. This was a good shallow descent. I'm going to set this a little bit lower. Okay. $250 seems to be the magic number. Yep, there it is. All right. We are safe. And coming in for our final descent. Whoosh. This is way more parachutes than I need on a landing capsule that's this small. Especially since I'm landing in water, which is no longer as hostile as it used to be. Okay, splashdown. And tested decoupler successfully. Oh hey, that's interesting. Apparently, heat shield sink. Very slowly, but they sink. I'm amused. Recover vessel. 69 science, so that was definitely a productive mission. Right, tested decoupler, tested heat shield, performed our first spacewalk in orbit of Kerbin. And I can recover the splashdown heat shield too for a little extra money. Okay. So that gives us enough science to get solar panels. Well, for my next mission, I will begin mapping the surface of Kerbin. But that will be next time. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to call it a day.